Wow. The intuition is a powerful part of us that through education and social conditioning and familial conditioning has been subsumed, like hidden, like pushed to the back, like, oh, this doesn't work. Because we've been taught to be logical, systematic, left brain over here. This is the sequence, this is the order, this is how it works. If this happened, therefore that will happen. And so when we see that happening, when this has happened, and logic, it defies logic, then we, say, okay, that can't work. However, more and more now, especially with the awakening, the raising of consciousness that's happening, we're seeing where people are beginning to reconnect with their intuition. Here in Jamaica, where we're from, Jamaicans have an expression, my mind did tell me, spirit did tell me, me did know. That is their intuition. And so I would have to say in Jamaica in particular, everybody's intuition is strong, and thankfully many people still listen to their intuition. What I have found is in more developed countries where it's faster paced and you don't have time to listen to any intuition, you're just going with logic, boom, 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 this, that, and going with the logical, the left brain. So I have found, or I have observed that, more developed countries, more developed populations have put behind their intuition and are moving more with their left brain, logical mind. But intuition is real. It is like a little SOS, internal SOS that we are born with. We tend, most humans, we want to call it our, seventh sense, sixth sense, seventh sense. And so we all have it, and we all need to use it. It is like an SOS. Now, most people are not using it, but need to tap into its presence and acknowledge it. Because the more you acknowledge it, is the more developed it becomes. It's just like a muscle. The more you trust your intuition, is the stronger it becomes. The more you use your intuition, is the more you know when it's trying to get your attention. And you'll know, okay, when I have a tingle in my right toe, something is off. When I have, Jamaican people, them left eye jump or them right eye jump, they know what that means. So this is not to mention the hand middle scratching you. That's your intuition. It's your body giving you signals, and it should be listened to. Now, what needs to happen is that people need to acknowledge that your intuition is linked with your right brain, your intuitive side, your creative side, the real authentic side of your brain. And so, if even from a scientific perspective you understand that your intuition is linked with one particular hemisphere of your brain, then perhaps you will acknowledge it and respect it, because you know that it's not just some hairy-fairy thing. It's a real part of the human physiology to have an intuition. Now, once you acknowledge it and know it's there, then you start to follow it and be guided by it. I also consider following your intuition to be akin to following the path that is opened for you to follow. Because sometimes, rather than pushing against the closed door, you follow your intuition and just go that way that you didn't plan, that makes no logical sense, but that is where the success lies. That is where you're going to go meet the person who is going to connect your dots to make the things that need to happen. So I have stopped discrediting my intuition a long time ago. There is this thing called procrastination, and people have been giving procrastination a bad rap, right? I used to feel so bad when I was procrastinating. Turns out it wasn't procrastination. It was my intuition saying, listen, stop. Wait until some conditions are more favorable, then you go again. So sometimes society and those people who are gearing you and coaching you to be successful, they'll say, oh, procrastination is bad. I have year after year after year in my personal life observed how procrastination actually is linked to my intuition, telling me to just stop, hold on, rest, relax, and just wait. until the conditions are right. So I would challenge everybody listening to this to now take a look again at procrastination and see if some of the procrastination that you have participated in has resulted in your ruin or in the optimization of a certain set of circumstances. So, just watch your intuition, follow it. Many people have documented how their intuition has saved them from accidents, saved them from going to an event where there was a disaster, saved them from going on a trip that turned out to be not so favorable. Don't question it anymore. More and more. I call it like a superpower. And with now all of the ramping up of our consciousness, our intuitions are going to be coming in stronger. It's because we're going to need them for the conditions that are unfolding currently, that we're going to be part of. We're going to need our intuition more than ever. So listen to your intuition. Watch your dreams. Watch your emotions when you wake up in the morning and coming out of a dream. You don't remember the dream, but the dream left you with an emotion. And that emotion is going to now guide your intuitive process and how you are going to feel to do or not to do something. Accountability when it comes to your health and your wellness is something that I see lacking, especially with respect to lifestyle diseases. We all know what causes hypertension. We all know what causes diabetes. We all know what causes weight gain. We all know what causes, other things like acne. We know the root causes. Yet, because we're not taking accountability for our health, then it starts to slide, and then we now rely again on an external input, like medication, to quell the imbalance that has been brought on by a lack of accountability with respect to our bodies, right? Time and time again, I meet people who say, oh, they're on this medication. Why are you on this medication? Because I have this. I'm like, well, there are a lot of things that you can eat or stop eating that will allow you to get better. But people just don't want to take accountability. They don't want to take responsibility. They continue to eat the way they've always eaten. They continue to indulge in activities that they know are going to have a specific outcome. Again, that is another aspect of taking accountability for your situation. Persons that are, they say they're addicted to some substances, and I know I'm going to get bashed for this, but the coffee drinkers out there, coffee drinkers, oh my goodness, you cannot tell a coffee drinker that they should not drink coffee. They're going to tell you, well, they have to. Well, guess what? We were born without coffee. And many people in this world do not have access to coffee, and they have to get up and they have to function, right? So it's really about accountability. Yeah. Same thing with food. We know that eating too much processed food is going to affect us. We know that eating too much sweets is going to affect us. We know that eating too much starches are going to affect us. But we still eat it. I'm guilty, I know. But this is what we are called upon to do right now. In this time when the consciousness is raising, our body needs to keep, in the same realm as our consciousness. And so we need bodies that are healthy, that are strong, that are balanced, that are being nourished properly. So, it's one of those things that I always tell people, that they have to take accountability for their health and not leave it in the hands of their doctors or the pharmaceutical industries. Things like accidents and trauma, where you need to be dealt with at the hospital, then you leave yourself in the hands of the doctor to take care of you. But things that you can control, take accountability for, so that you're able to navigate.
The informative information presented in this video is motivational and is positively aimed at inspiring, educating and entertaining the viewers with the cutting edge of critical reasoning. If you enjoy the contents on the Black Radar YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to show your support.